Okay, gathered myself back together. I thought I stopped that video then, but I didn't, did I? Okay, that's what happens when you can't see anything, but I have gathered myself. So, my third journey. Whew, what can I say? Wow, this was for me, interestingly enough, for all of us that day, our third journey was incredibly hard. We all had a really hard day on day 3, but she knows what you need. And I had no idea this was coming. And I'm really, really glad that she gave me forgiveness first. She knows what she's doing. If she'd given me what she gave me on day 3 without forgiveness first, I probably would have killed someone. But anyway, I had forgiveness first, so I went into this. I was in the place where she could show me what I needed to see. And this journey also took quite a while. And all of a sudden, again, I was lying there, and it just suddenly came upon me, and it was like a tidal wave. It was a crushing weight of hurt, and it was emotional as well as physical. So I could feel it. I could feel intense, incredible emotional pain. But my body was racked with pain as well. And she started to show me, because I was immediately sobbing. This was like, it was unbearable. And she started to show me that this was everything that I was still holding inside. It was everything that I had buried. Because the fact is that when you're with someone in a narcissistic relationship, they do things, they behave in a particular way. They crush you, they diminish you, they manipulate, and they destroy your hopes and dreams without a second thought. And they will lie and manipulate and break promises to do that, not just once or twice, but continuously. It's their default state of operation, and you become completely diminished. You have no value, you have no worth, and you feel completely irrelevant. And all of this is what I could feel. And she started to take me on a journey that began many years ago when the boys were very small. And she started to show me how it started and how it crept in. And I had to ask her not to show me everything. I said, I can't cope with everything. Just show me what I need to see. Because what I needed to see was that I was living with a lot of pretense, a lot of covering up. Because when you're in a relationship with someone who has so little empathy and so little care for your own thoughts and feelings, you have to bury everything. Because if you try and tell them, there's some reason why you're wrong. There's some reason why it's not like that, or why you should be making this sacrifice for them, or why it's not as you see it, or you're being too sensitive, or you're expecting too much, or all these things. And she started to show me that none of this was true, and that everything I had thought and felt and been through was valid, and I needed to know that. So what happened then, as she was working through, and this was unbearable pain for me, but I became very aware of a truth, of a reality that I couldn't deny any longer. I'm not going to go into all the details. I might in another time in another video. But for now, this is enough. And then it was as if it was like a scene, if you imagine a scene from a graveyard scene in a movie. And of course, the significance is that everything was buried. And it was like there was a tomb with a headstone. And like it was me that was dead and buried under there. And then the tomb and the headstone split apart. And everything that I had been hiding came rushing out. And there was so much, and it was so black and so dark and so painful. And I was begging her to make it stop. Don't make me see all of this. Don't make me go through all of this. And she said, okay, you don't have to see it all, but you have to release it all. And that's what this was all about. That's what this was about, this gravestone splitting apart, and all this black and this dark and all this hurt and these feelings about myself. But it was an exercise in seeing the truth, understanding things as they really were, validating myself for the first time. And then it was over. It was all just gone. And I just lay there. And I still had all this pain that I was dealing with, this pain of what had happened. And then the most beautiful experience, amazing, incredible experience happened. So now I'm left with all this space. I can feel that a lot of this stuff is gone. I know the truth. I've got the forgiveness. I'm holding on to that. Thank God I had that first. And then, as many of you know, like I'm here in a rented apartment at the moment, and there's elephants here. A lot of you know that an elephant is my spirit animal. And last year when I was in Peru, I had the opportunity to do an amazing, incredible soul retrieval journey with a shaman. And it was my spirit elephant who turned up to take me on that journey. Well, as I'm lying there dealing with all of this, wondering how to put myself back together, my spirit elephant turned up. Remember, Ayah always gives you what you need. This is about seeing the truth, but it's about healing too. And she came up to me and she said, come take a walk with me, just like we did in the soul retrieval journey. And I knew here that this was about retrieving parts of my soul, gathering myself back to myself. And I remember lying there thinking, good God, what have I done to myself? Because I felt so sick. I was so sick. This hurt so much, this revelation, this new truth that I had to see. What you see, you can't unsee. What you know, you can't unknow. Extremely, extremely difficult. And she said, come on, come walk with me. And she laid her trunk across my shoulders. And I literally feel as if I will have the imprint of that forever, because I still feel it. Not the weight of it, it's not a burden, but I'm just aware. I'm aware of the support, the love, the guidance, the wisdom. It's pretty incredible. So we walked, and she's holding me, and we're just walking in silence, and I was just receiving all of her love and wisdom. And then as we're walking along, she just looked at me sideways. And she said to me, you know he's a narcissist, right? Because I was so confused. I had been trying to hide this, trying to get away from this. And despite all the pain, it just made me laugh. And I said, yeah, it's okay. I got that memo. I get that now. I see it all. And then it's like she read my thoughts, because I was thinking to myself, how did I miss it? How did I miss so much for so long? How did I deny so much of myself for all those years? And she looked at me in the same way, all ancient on wisdom and knowing and love and so many things. And she said, it's okay. He had a lot of people fooled. And I don't mean that in a nasty way to him. Obviously, he is who he is. It's all forgiven. It's all done now. And that was my third ayahuasca journey that has allowed me to put all of that behind me, has allowed me to forgive, to be forgiven, to release something that was hanging on from an old relationship, and most of all, to see those 25 years of marriage for what they were, my role for what it was, him for who he is, and he can't help himself. There's no blame, there's no nastiness, there's no toxicity. I feel so much for him because he is also in so much pain. But there you go. There was the answer to my questions. What are the blocks that's in the way? Remember, like, we ask the questions and we're expecting the answers that we're conscious of, the normal answers. But when you walk with ayahuasca, she does amazing, incredible things. And I have never felt so at peace with myself, so free, so calm. I'm aware that the blocks have gone. This weird money story, it was all related. I could see how everything was tied into my marriage, my relationship. So now everything's gone. I don't think I'll be doing ayahuasca for a while. I hope I don't need to. But I'm sure there'll come a point again where I move, I grow to another space. But I'm hoping this has really opened things up and that I can continue to move forward in this new way, offering people these incredible retreats, combining hypnotherapy with ayahuasca, and offering ayahuasca, making it available to people in a way that is safe, is legal. It's like in a West meets jungle, West meets ancient tribe type of way. So many people want to do this, but they're afraid to just go to somewhere in Peru, and I don't ever recommend you do that. Make sure that whatever you do it in a safe container. And in particular, I'm so proud of what I've put together here with all of the prep work, the actual ceremonies, with all of the support and everything beforehand, and then all of the integration afterwards, to give everyone the best chance of healing from whatever is holding them back in whatever area of their lives, and doing it in a safe, legal, supportive, trauma-informed way. And I look forward to doing so much more of this. And I look forward to my own days, weeks, months ahead as I integrate what I've learned, who I've become, and everything that has now given me. So leave your comments. I'll put details of my next retreat up as well. Reach out to me, leave your questions. Thank you for listening. It went on for longer than I thought. I am going to split it up into 3 parts to make it easier for people to listen to. But there you are. That gives you some insights. And I hope it helps you. Obviously, it helped me enormously. Life-changing. These journeys are life-changing. Thank you for listening. And I'm really glad I got to share this with you. Thanks, everyone. Bye.